sworn, I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my faith, cause these odds ain't got nothing on them. I secured the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing, ooh. Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L.
With a December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast, what a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll run on first down. Yancey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play. First down.
First and 10.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind. And this time, they get it to him the more conventional way. And it's much more successful as well.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
50-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got Burton here. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the second straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D.
Third down.
Thomas off the play fake. Flushed out right. Open man there is Patterson, complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor, and he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 15-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
First down, Indianapolis.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They run with Taylor. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Cordero Patterson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
Makes the score Colts 7, Jaguars nothing. Rodrigo Blankenship.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rocky Sin. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. And this defense looking like they have come to play. The pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first-quarter lead.
14, Jaguars nothing. Rodrigo Blankenship.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And inches.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry finding room to the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Thomas. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Thomas to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down and goal.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Here's Thomas. Gonna throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Blankenship out for the point after. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. 21-0 our score after 1.
Jaguars nothing. Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
Blankenship out to kick off. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. 2nd and 2. He'll let this one go deep for Chark. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Miles Jack working free that time to take him down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Thomas. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The Colts on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Thomas. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. The give to Taylor. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And it's 3rd down.
The Colts on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
The tackle
He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
First down, Indianapolis.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. On the counter, it's Taylor. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Taylor. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
The tackle made.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. They find some open field here. 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it first. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The 18-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Derrick Henry. Brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the 2nd level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
They'll run here with Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He'll buy some time right. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. But now it's 3rd and goal.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, They want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
This is caught. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
There's another example that playing football isn't strictly being physical. You got to think as well. Nice job reading his keys by the linebacker and going out in the open space. When they dumped it to the back, he was able to make the play and stop him short of the goal line.
And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Oh, look at this play call. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. The trick play does not pan out here on 4th and goal. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now this time he'll look to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 23 yards the pickup there.
And the Colts 1st down.
first down. Thomas. This one into the hands of Burton. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with... Two to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Thomas eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
For Jacksonville.
Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now Taylor. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Thomas. They set up the screen for Henry. Oh, look at this. Down on the field still. That's Derrick Henry, the running back. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run with Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run, found his spot, and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Thomas. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
First down, Taylor, and that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Brings up second and 11 at the 50-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Play action. Thomas. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
On second and 11 now. Thomas trying to, and this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Colts add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now, as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35, Jaguars 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now
it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars get a score closer. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Burton. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They run once more with Taylor. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Thomas. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 41-yard line.
And a Colts 1st down.
Off the RPO, he completes it. The 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
You credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And it's 3rd down.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. End up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
On the 6-yard line.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brings up
well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team, because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Now an option play on 2nd down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. The Colts on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough.
Colts.
Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
The Colts on third down. They've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Blankenship's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off.
After the made field goal, here's Blankenship again. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Number 25.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12.
At the Colts' 47-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Past the 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 46 yards. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
And goal to go.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
In the end zone. Brings up 4th and goal.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flush to his right. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win.